Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Corbin Bleu, and I'm here at Broadway.com to answer your questions. Looking forward to hearing them. What's up, Simon? The hair question has been a question that I've been getting a lot recently. I go outside the stage door all the time, and of course my character wears a hat the entire show, so some people are wondering, is it all stuffed underneath there? And then once I come out after the show, they're like, oh my God, it's all gone. To be honest, I definitely believe in every single role you need to find some way to change yourself, whether it's physically or whether it's just as a being. I mean, I definitely feel every role that we take on, you do become a different person, and in turn, you change as a person. Definitely, I did see Lin-Manuel's parody on Bet on It, and I hadn't even known about it until afterward. I started rehearsals, and there was one night that I went out to dinner with the cast, and they're talking about Lin's all of Lin's YouTube videos, and they go, oh, have you seen the Bet on It one? I'm like, Bet on It? You mean like High School Musical Bet on It? They're like, yeah, you gotta check it out. So of course I take on my iPhone and I start looking, and I'm like. And I watch it right there, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Crazy plans? Not yet. Definitely plans. I'll be turning 21 on a Sunday. And Sunday we have 2 shows. It's actually coming off of a 2-show Saturday, 2-show Sunday. So I'm gonna be beat. I might want to go out to a bar for my first legal drink, but other than that, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna be beat. I'm gonna want to go to sleep. Kristen, the very first show I saw was Phantom of the Opera. I was 5 years old with David Gaines at the Majestic, and I do remember it. I still remember it, actually. I saw it again a few years later, and I definitely remember that more so, but I do remember my very first Broadway show, even at 5 years old. I just remember that chandelier coming down and just being blown away, and more scared than anything, but definitely blown away, and just watching the performance. And one thing I remember the most, actually, there was a moment where the Phantom comes running down the stairs, he falls through a trapdoor, and he comes running down the stairs again. Of course, it's somebody else in a different mask. But at that time, that the magic of theater, those moments, that's really what sticks with you as a kid, because you don't know that it's just another person that came down. To me, he did a magic trick, and he fell through the floor, and he came back down again. And I was sitting there going, oh my God, that's so cool, I want to be a part of that. What could I do to be a part of that? And just growing up, I remember just seeing shows, numerous shows, and falling in love with the theater. Anthony, I grew up in an arts high school. So I went to LA County High School for the Arts, which is the equivalent of the Fame School out here in New York. I was in musicals in high school. I played Ren in Footloose, and I played Sunny in Grease. And then, of course, I just grew up doing theater. I grew up here originally in Brooklyn, in Sunset Park. And I worked off-Broadway when I was 6. I worked on a show called Tiny Tim is Dead. It was a very depressing story about this group of homeless people who tell a young mute, me, the story of Christmas Carol. And by the end of it, they end up abandoning him, and I'm just left there holding a present that they left, which was a Christmas ornament. And everybody cries, and it's very, very depressing. First of all, I grew up with Legos. I was obsessed with Legos. I was that kid that had like all of them on his shelf, like all created, like the big pirate ship, like the big ones, and all the stuff. Well, my favorite colors are black and gold. And back, when they first made Legos, it was just like really simple. You had green and blue and whatever. But now they actually do make like metallic colors. So I would have it like metallic gold. And I would probably be, what shape? I was always into the 4 ones, the ones with the ones with 6 pegs. Let's go with the ones with 6 pegs. Okay. Thank you for your question, Rachel. That's a really cool question. The thing that comes to mind, the first thing that comes to mind is Alex from Clockwork Orange. I remember the first time seeing that movie and just being very disturbed. I was probably about 11 though, so it was, or maybe even, no, it was later than that. I was probably about 14, but still a little bit freaked out. And then of course I saw it a little bit later when I was a little bit older and more able to understand it. And you know, just coming from an actor standpoint, it's a very, very interesting character, and he goes through a lot. So you know, that's always something that you look forward to as an actor, is some sort of a challenge. So that'd be a cool role to play in a film. Batman. Friends. Nachos. Ooh, I'm a hopeless romantic when somebody's hard. Do the merengue. Wow, that's gotten out of the cast? That's amazing. I didn't realize that it's actually gone beyond just the group of the cast. Lin-Manuel Miranda came up with the name Bleu, and I've loved it ever since. He made me a little mixtape of Bleu Rap School, which is all the rap songs that Usnavi, the character, would have grown up on and listened to. So it's a little bit of a character research thing, and right there he wrote Bleu, and ever since then everybody in the cast calls me Bleu, and it's great. I love it. There's a lot of different emotions every single night, and depending on how my mood is that night. Most of the time I can always say 96,000 is a sure bet, just because it has a lot of energy and we're excited about the possibility of winning the lottery. But there are times, you know, where hundreds of stories that Usnavi sings with the abuela, you know, that moment is, you really get to see the heart between the two of them, the connection between the two, how much he loves her, and she really lifts him up, and just that moment, you know, he really, every time I look at her, every time I see Olga Meredith play abuela, I see my own grandmother who passed away a few years ago. May she rest in peace, and she just reminds me so much of her. I actually had the opportunity to perform on stage with Ben Vereen, and that was just incredible. You know, we had the sound check, and you know, everybody goes on and does their thing, and everybody, you know, rehearses their song, and he goes up and he's doing Magic to Do. And this is a man, he's done that song so many times, he owns that role. And he didn't even say the words. He completely just scat the whole thing. And he was so smooth. And you know, I really admire that. You know, he's got such a wonderful music influence, and you know, he's just brilliant on the stage. That's funny. I've seen Avenue Q twice, and I listen to the album all the time. And yes, I don't know how good they are, but I enjoy, you know, doing the characters. Let me see.
We live together.
We're close as closer can get.
We've been the best of buddies
Ever since the day we met.
so he knows lots of ways to make me really upset. Oh, every day is an aggravation.
Come on, that's an exaggeration.
It's that, and then
School for monsters. School for lonely little monsters. When me little going to school, other kids think me not cool, poking and pulling at me fur. Now, me have therapist, and me work on this with her.
everybody out there, thank you so much for your questions. I enjoyed answering them. Please come and see In the Heights. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the audience, and looking forward to hearing your applause, hopefully. Thank you very much again. Take care. Bye.